Has Louis Vuitton lost their freaking mind, or is this the most genius marketing ploy in all of history? Let's talk about it.
I just wanna dance.
Well, hello. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? No, that was beautiful, by the way. Hello, this is the Tequila Hour. My name is Amanda. Yeah, I don't know who I am. I'm actually recording 2 podcasts on a weekend. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Anyway, in Australia today, it is Sunday. It is the 24th of August. I had to do this podcast before we see the release of one of the probably most anticipated releases in the moody. I can't even speak. It's so exciting. In the beauty space for quite some time, for many reasons. And yeah, there's a couple of products that I want to talk about today. So, mate, if you've never heard of or listened to, you probably have never heard of, but if you've never listened to my podcast before, hi, my name is Amanda. I record this podcast straight out of Australia, baby. Boop, in New South Wales, in the secret location. Yes, for those who are playing along, you know where the secret location is located. For those who don't know, listen to my prior podcast. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Oh, I need to stop doing that clicking because it sounds really bad when you hear it back. Yeah, I am not in a secret location at all. But why don't you do yourself a favour and listen to some more of my ramblings in the Tequila Hour. Anyway, as you may or may not know, and if you don't know, first of all, we always do some motherfucking admin. Bam! That was really loud, by the way. Just kind of have a quick sip of my drink. No. I need to stop doing that. Again, for those who like to play along, yes, I am still drinking tequila. It is a surprise. I know. It's a magical surprise. It's an amazing surprise. It is a surprise to all. Yeah. I mean, yeah, thank you. Today I've got fancy. Yep. Not only am I drinking one of my favourite tequilas, which is Jose Severo. I can't spit it out quick enough. Again, probably talking too fast. Get on it. Yes, I'm drinking Jose Severo tequila, but I am actually making or have made margaritas. What the fuck? I know. That's how fancy I am today, and that's how this podcast rolls now. I just drink margaritas. No, that's not true. I have to legalise pork pies. Mate, I had to do a bonus podcast today. Why? You be like, we don't really care what you're doing. I'm just hitting smash pads. You know what? Why? Shut up. Road, Procaster 2. Why am I doing this podcast today, of all days, being Sunday, the 24th? What time is it? It's 3:33. If you know, you know. I am doing this podcast because there's a particular makeup release I have to talk about before it's released, which, by my understanding and through my quick research, Louis Vuitton. I don't know how you say it, but I'm going with Louis Vuitton. Sounds fancy. It is fancy. Is it as fancy as Hermes? That's a discussion we could have another day. Let's just say that tomorrow will be the release of Louis Vuitton. I like how that sounds. Louis Vuitton's first makeup release ever in the actual line from this, expensive beauty. Well, they're not a beauty brand. They are now, as of tomorrow. They will be releasing their first launch, which includes 55 lipsticks, 10 lip balms, and 8 eyeshadow palettes. Now, I'm going to talk about it. I have to talk about it. It's up for pre-order as of tomorrow. Officially online, officially available August the 29th. So what's that? Thursday? Sorry, I had to calculate it in my mind. This coming Thursday, you'll be able to buy it online and in select stores. Being in Australia, fuck knows if they're going to have it, say, as an example, in one of their stores in George Street, I think is the store that comes to mind because it's pretty large. I've never been in there, by the way. I actually don't own anything from Louis Vuitton, but I do actually know someone who pretty much loves Louis Vuitton. Well, I'm assuming they do because they've got a couple of handbags. Yes, very, very curious. If you don't know, or again, if you are from outer space and you've never listened to this podcast before, apart from my name being Amanda, I am a makeup savant. No, I'm not a makeup savant. I love anything makeup, beauty, skincare, all of it. I'm into it. Get on it. I'm down. So when there's a new release of, a product, and there's so many releases. Let's start with that. You're like, yeah, it's the same shit. I know. I'm trying to think of something that's just boring. Too Faced. The brand Too Faced. No one cares. Oh, well, I don't care. But, there's brands that release stuff, Urban Decay. If you know, you know. There's brands that are releasing or now are picking up pace. And to be honest, we can use Urban Decay as an example and their recent eyeshadow palette that came out. No, I'm not going to buy it. I actually never bought an eyeshadow palette from Urban Decay. There's probably a reason why for that. I don't know, figure it out. If you know, you know. But yes, I tend to, roll around in the more luxurious side of makeup. If you didn't know, I'm not biased to all the different types of makeup you can purchase, but I will say to you that my most favourite piece of makeup to buy, if you need to buy something, is lipstick, okay? Just picture that. If you've seen a picture of me, I will often be in a picture with a red lipstick, okay? Picture that. If you've never seen me before, you can see what I look like on my personal handle in Instagram or on Instagram, which is _1_Amanda, linked to the Tequila Hour page. So, yes, if you want to see what I look like, then you will see. I will say, though, in multiple pictures of myself, if they're not in black and white or being modified to be black and white, I'm always wearing lipstick. Primarily, I'm wearing a shade of red, okay? It's my jam. I'm down. Dreams come true. I love red lipstick, okay? It doesn't have to be, it can be matte. It could be, what do you call it? Vinyl. It could be everything. I don't know. It could be, satin. It could be creamy satin. I could go on and on and on, but if it's in a bullet and it's a lipstick, mate, I'm in line. I've got my purse out. I've got my money ready to go. This is where you're like, Amanda, are you ready to go? I know. Let me just have a quick sip on my margarita. I'm just going to say that I make a really good margarita, but I did cheat. So by cheating, you'll work it out in the description of this podcast. And just for everyone as well, everything that I'm talking about today in regards to the release that's about to come out from Louis Vuitton, I'm also going to break down a very exciting release from, you know who, my best friend Natasha. Natasha Denona. We're not best friends. I'm going to talk about a release that's about to come out this week as well. So it's all happening. My tiny little brain is like, I don't know what I want to talk about first. But really, I just have to talk about La Beauté Louis Vuitton. And you'd be like, what is that? And I will say to you, I'm just going to quickly put on some music so I can have a quick drink. No, it's not raining. It's raining men, I wish. It's not, unfortunately. It's not raining men in Australia. Not today. Preludes that it could one day. I don't know. Distracted. Anyway, I had to pour myself another margarita. Yes, I did. Oh, yes, I'm very good at it. That I really had to because I want to discuss the release that is coming out tomorrow, pre-release, of La Beauté La Vuitton, Louis Vuitton, that is, LV. You'd be like, okay, so where am I getting this information from? Just so you know, I am actually referring to Instagram today. I am referring to the Trend Mood 1, as in TRNEND Mood 1 page or Instagram handle, who often releases or shows sneak peeks, or the one of the channels that will do, images of releases that are about to come out, basically, which is really good for people like myself, where if I was to direct you to the Louis Vuitton website, official website, I'll look at that, the one that's in Australia, that, you can't see these products yet. They're not showing the images. Boo. Lucky for us, we have people like Trend Mood who that's their job, to do pre-releases of images, etc., and give us a breakdown and all that kind of good shit. So that's what I'm going to refer to today. So like I said earlier in this podcast, the new beauty line for Louis Vuitton is called La Beauté Louis Vuitton. How many times can you say Louis Vuitton? First launch includes 55 lipsticks, 10 lip balms and 8 eyeshadow palettes. Sustainable, refillable packaging design nods to the house's monogram flower, which appears on lipstick tubes and eyeshadow compacts. Let's break it down for you. LV Rouge lipsticks. We'll start with that. The Roman numerals LV stand for 55, if you didn't know. So that's the number of Rouge lipsticks launching first. Highly pigmented in 2 finishes. So there's 27, nice number there, if you know, you know, in creamy satin finish and 28 in velvety matte. The formula is 85% skincare-based, long-lasting comfort, long-wear, vivid colour for the matte and moisturising for the satin finish. I will talk about prices in a second. Second, LV Balm Lip Balms, or Balm A Lip Balms, 10 sheer shades, nourish and buildable, with shea butter, hyaluronic, I hate that word, 5 flavour berry extract, I don't know what that is, 48-hour hydration and smoothing effect. It has a mint and raspberry scent. Let's explore that later on. LV Ombre eyeshadow palettes. So there's 8 different eyeshadow palettes. Each has 4 eyeshadows arranged in a blossom shape. So that shape that we referred to earlier. With ultra matte to glittery finishes, it's refillable. Like I mentioned, it will be available for pre-order tomorrow, which is August the 25th, officially the 29th, online and in select stores. Now, where do I start? Okay, so La Beauté Louis Vuitton is in collaboration with Pat McGrath. If you know who that is, thank you. If you don't know who that person is, Pat McGrath, in very short description, is a very well-renowned makeup artist. She has her own beauty brand. I will say to you, that she is probably best known for her Mothership palettes. I can link them in the description of this podcast if you don't know what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, for anyone who's followed the trajectory of Pat McGrath's makeup line, I personally, in my opinion, it's gone to shit. It's gone to shit in the last couple of years, and I would hazard a guess that a lot of people would agree with me. It's just where she's dropped the ball. She's doing the same shit. Clearly, Pat McGrath, as the director, is, I don't know, no longer involved. And unfortunately, the releases that have come out in the last couple of years are boring as shithouse. Straight to the point here. It's a tequila hour. So, I think a lot of people, obviously this was released, that this collaboration that Pat McGrath would be working with Louis Vuitton. And, this is the creation that is now being released to us earthlings in the beauty space. The thing is, though, how do I say this? I don't know what to say. Yeah, I do know what to say. Let's just cut the shit. The lipstick. The product that if you know me, I am most interested in, really want to try. At the same time, I don't know because, like I said, I've tried some of Pat McGrath's on her side, her mattes, and I'm not impressed at all. So this is the part of the conundrum. The other part of the conundrum is that a lipstick, which I believe in pounds, we're looking, in US dollars, as far as my understanding, and I won't know till tomorrow the exact price in Australian dollars because it's not very clear. 100 I can't say it. $160 for a lipstick. Let me repeat that in case you fell over and died. It is. Let me do a quick conversion. I'm trying to find an actual, and I do have one, a currency conversion. If I was to say to you, in US dollars, 160 converts to 200, in air brackets approximately, let's call it $250 Australian for one lipstick. I'll say that again. $250 for one, not 10, not 20, not the whole collection. One lipstick fucking bullet is, for my calculation, in Australian. So I've been advised that 160 US, so we're looking at, probably a conversion of 246.7 approximately Australian. Let's round it up, shall we, to 250. If you have listened to previous podcasts before, apart from the fact that I've talked about today how much I love lipstick, okay, as a beauty product, as a makeup product, is probably my number one, then you would know that I have, and I did, and I'll get a price for you, just bear with me because there'll be some typing in the background. Chanel, that's my phone in the background. That's my husband. I'm just going to do this. Give me my thumbs up. He's on his way home, by the way, if you didn't know. Well, how would you know? Chanel. I'm going to quickly look it up for you because I forget the price, but it's ridiculous. Of the one that I'm about to tell you, you'd be like, Amanda, really? You paid that for that? Yeah, I did. Yes. Okay. And I'll also do the other brand that's probably the most expensive brand that I've ever bought would be Hermes, which, if you didn't know, I really do enjoy Hermes makeup. I'm not swanning around in a mess. I'm not that rich. I do have some, I know, hard to believe. I do have some Hermes fashion jewellery. I'm not going to lie. I really like it. I really like Hermes's aesthetic. I'm down on it, okay? I really like their makeup as well. Their bronzer, let's not get distracted, but it's really good. Hermes makeup, really good. So I've been to the Hermes boutique here in Australia. I've bought makeup there directly. I've bought it online. Yep. I really do have a good, and not even a good, a high appreciation for Hermes, especially their makeup. Why? I'm not going to get into it today, but I really want to talk about price is what I'm trying to get at. So I'm just trying to find, here we go. I want to do a comparison for you because you'd be like, Amanda, what are you doing? I want to talk to you about price, okay? So I'm not going to lie. Hermes makeup is dear. It's Hermes. It's not rocket science. It's not. Just think about it. You know Hermes. It's expensive. Think of one of their bags. I think they're from 20,000 up. I don't know. Don't even ask me if you can get one for 10. I don't know. We're talking thousands, all right? Up. No, I don't have a bag. Calm down. But I do have some Hermes lipstick and their bronzer. I need an, what else? Is there anything else from Hermes? Oh, perfume, which, again, I need to talk about that in another podcast because it's completely underrated. It's really good. But their lipstick, that's what I'm trying to get at, and their prices. An Hermes lipstick, all right, the shine or the matte, as an example, I've got a couple. I think I've got 6. So let's do a calculation because I believe if I quickly turn around, I've got 6 bullets. I think 5 because one of them is the balm and it's empty. So if I was to do a quick calculation, and you'd be like, shit, really? That's expensive. Okay. A Hermes matte lipstick will set you back $125 Australian. It's really expensive when you think you can go to Priceline. Let's just, do it. Let's go there. Like I said, I'm a boozy bitch. So, yes, I'm not, I won't buy L'Oreal, Maybelline, Revlon. I recently bought a Revlon matte pencil. It was a fucking phenomenal product. I think it was $20. This is $125 for an Hermes lipstick. It's fucking dear, all right. I really do like Hermes's formula. I think it's glorious, actually, as a makeup and lipstick product. Highly recommend. Clearly, $125 for one lipstick, and then I just did a calculation. In Hermes lipsticks alone, I probably have, and I'm trying to think if I've got anything else lipstick-wise, but in lipstick alone from Hermes, $750 worth in Australian, all right? That's just 6 bullets. So just as I have a quick sip of my drink, ponder that for 1 second. That's right. I said $750 in just one brand in 6 bullets. Okay? Hermes. I will say to you that I purchased them because I love Hermes. And for me, I don't want to talk about Hermes today, but this is the example I'm using as in it's cost a lot of fucking money. Okay? Chanel is another comparison we can use today against Louis Vuitton. And that possible cost of $250 for one lipstick bullet. Chanel's not cheap either. Let's cut the shit, all right? I did purchase, and again, if you're into makeup like myself and you're into lipstick like myself, I think it was 3 years ago, Chanel released the number 31 Le Rouge range. okay? Fancy, schmancy. In matte and satin bullets, okay? Refillable in a glass. That's not, you mean like big deal, big whoop. It's actually the only lipstick bullet that I have that's actually got a glass, I can't even speak, a glass casing, okay? It's Chanel. It's dear, it's beautiful. I'm going to call it right now. Did I waste my money? Yes. As a product, it's underrated. There's way better Chanel lipstick formulations in their range than this one, which is unfortunate. But to give you a price comparison against Louis Vuitton, their lipstick is $250. Oh, okay, so it's not much different. No, well, it is. Yeah, it's not much different in Australia. That's with the actual case and the lipstick. Let me have a go here because the pack I bought, right? I'm trying to, try and win you over with my bullshit here. I bought a 3-pack. It was it was a limited edition case, Chanel box. It had 3 shades, one of the actual glass bullet. It was $350. Okay. Which I am doing right now, looking at their website, to buy one of their matte 31 Le Rouge in the glass case is $250. Fuck. So if I was to say to you, well, I've only got one glass case, but like I said, that was $350. So for 3 shades. So I didn't buy one shade for $250. So yeah, I got some sort of deal. Thanks, Chanel. Would I buy? Have I, or would I buy the 31 Le Rouge or from that range again? No, unfortunately, it is disappointing. I'm not. There's no lies, pork pies here on the tequila hour. It's not worth it, unfortunately. But I have it. I'm very happy I have it in my collection because it's very beautiful, but no. I'm way happier to buy a Mez lipstick day in, day out than buy another, and I won't buy another 31 Le Rouge matte lipstick ever again. But I've got 3, so there you go. Like I said, not long ago, Louis Vuitton is selling, so there you go. There's a good comparison. It, in Australia, is comparable, is that a word? Yes. To Chanel, the Le Rouge, the top of the pops of their makeup, basically. It could be, I don't know, without saying it, could be more than $250 Australian. Is a lipstick worth $250 Australian? Is it? This is the conundrum because for me, the fact that Pat McGrath is associated with this, and I don't like her matte formula under Pat McGrath Beauty or whatever she calls it. And do I, or would I pay another $250 for one lipstick to say that I've got something from Louis Vuitton? As a brand, there's some things that I've gone, oh yeah, maybe, but I'm not itching at the bit to buy Louis Vuitton. I don't have anything from Louis Vuitton. I don't have any makeup. Well, it's only just being released. I don't have any bags. I don't have any jewelry, etc., accessories and all that shit. Clothing, none of it. Don't have it. This is a thing. I am the kind of person for science, all right, and just as part of makeup collection, would spend $250 on a lipstick. I'm not going to, why am I justifying this? I would buy it. My problem being is it going to be $250 and do I really want to spend that on a lipstick? Probably not. And secondly, the fact that Pat McGrath's involved, and I do not like her lipstick formula really at all, completely disappointed by it. That's even worse in regards to making my decisioning around this if I want to splash the cash on something like this. And to be honest, most of if you're into YouTube like myself and the beauty creators who are talking about this brand at the moment and this release, they're like, fuck no. It's too fucking expensive for makeup when, like I said in Australia, $125 for an Hermes lipstick is too dear. Okay, let's be honest. Most people would probably buy a lipstick between, anywhere between, you can buy them for 10, but let's say the average being between 20 to 30, maybe. Would that be a good average for a consumer who would be comfortable buying any formula type of lipstick? May that be a bullet, may that be a satin, a matte, may that be a liquid lipstick, etc. Yada, 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 a gloss, all that kind of good shit. If we're separating ourselves from drugstore, so we're separating ourselves from Maybelline, Revlon, L'Oreal, the usual gang, then you're moving in Australia, you're talking about Sephora, you're talking about Mecca, Maxima. You're then moving into let's separate ourselves from the internal brand house, but then we're talking about things like Dior. We're talking about things like Burberry, Pat McGrath, Natasha Denona. Who else? There's like Anastasia. Yeah, there's just Huda Beauty. There's just many that come to mind. You probably pay anywhere between, 40 to 60, maybe 40 to 80. Maybe that's a better range. Dior, obviously, in Sephora in Australia being on the higher end and would be deemed a higher beauty brand, especially in Sephora. As an example, Burberry comes to mind, would be a dearer brand. If you're in David Jones or Myer, of course, you then have the availability in David Jones. As an example, you have Prada, which is quite expensive. Dior, obviously, Chanel, very expensive. I'm trying to think of who else. But they're expensive, right? Then they're way more expensive than your generic. Well, it's not generic. That's the wrong terminology. I really don't want to say it's generic because, your drugstore brands, they do have some crackers from time to time. And again, it depends on what you like. So for me, yes, I live more in the luxury lane in regards to makeup. I just do. But yeah, $250 maybe plus for a lipstick bullet, mate. That's why I'm talking about it today. And this is the thing, the videos that I've watched, they're just like, no, that's stupid. Like, who the fuck, unless it's like, it's not gold-plated, first of all. The bullet's not gold-plated. Let's not get it twisted. The lipstick itself doesn't have gold in it. Is it the world's best formulation? I doubt it. What does the bullet feel like? Does it feel like it's worth $250 plus? Who knows? Like I mentioned as well, there is also the fact that they're releasing 8 eyeshadow palettes. And again, the consensus on that is that they're boring. They're boring. Let me have a quick sip of my drink. Let alone the lip balms. I mean, I think they're a little bit less than $250. But then it's just the sheer wash of colour. Like, a bit like Chanel. I mean, their lip balms are actually really nice. I'm going to tell you that. But, yeah, they're going to be expensive. Are they worth it? Let alone the eyeshadow palettes, which my understanding, the cost, so again, I'll do a quick currency conversion for you because my understanding that I've been advised of and then the videos that I've watched as well. So let me just do a quick conversion for you. I just died myself. In American dollars, one eyeshadow palette from Louis Vuitton. Just remember there's 8 different palettes. There's they're different, colour themes, shall I say that. The blue one looks really nice, by the way, but I'm not buying it. In US, it's $250 for 4 shades. Small, okay? And I agree with someone's synopsis on this that the eyeshadow palette very much reminisces YSL, which is very interesting. In Australian, to do the conversion for you, so $250 is approximately $385. Who the fuck is going to pay $385. It's like the lipstick. Don't get me wrong, but I'm kind of intrigued. So this is maybe I'm whack. Obviously I am. Who's going to pay in Australia $385 maybe plus dollars for four eyeshadow colours in a palette that's probably the size of I don't know what the size is. Unfortunately, it doesn't show me, but I imagine quite small. It's very small. It is very YSL reminiscent. Reminiscent? Is that a word? As in the outside packaging. It does have the Louis Vuitton, logo, monologue. Is that what you call it? Monogram, not monologue, monogram on it. As part of this range as well, there's even some fancy stuff which if I was rich as fuck, if I didn't have to think about money at all, I would be tempted by, tempted by this one. It's like a little lipstick case with the Louis Vuitton monogram. It's like a little mini trunk. It's the one thing that really did quite catch my eye. Will I buy it? I have no fucking idea how much it is. I don't know. I'm just scared. Unless they have some, a bit like my 353 lipstick deal with the box and everything back in the day of the Le Rouge from Chanel. I doubt they're going to have some special deal with this. That's probably going to be, I don't know, $1,000 for this little mini trunk. So I shan't be buying it. But yeah, it's really expensive. It has everyone talking about it. It's got me talking about it. I had to talk about it. All the shades, the 55th, the 55 lipsticks, right, with a couple of images that I've seen thus far, and I haven't seen them, touch them, felt them, etc. They're mainly red and shades of red, which is very Chanel-esque. Chanel does the same thing. When they make a shade that's out there, mate, I'm on it. When they do a brown and shades of brown, and they've done it, my heart sings, because most of the time your high-end beauty brands just do shades of red. It's just a red and then the multiple shades of red. If you know, you know. So confidently saying, I think I saw a couple of pinks in there. I saw one bright pink, which I really do like in a lipstick shade, but all in all, red. Red. For me, I love red. Don't get it twisted. I really love the shade red in a lipstick. I wear it quite often. So it is very intriguing to me. But like I said, am I going to pay $250 for one fucking lipstick? Do I phone a friend? The one person I'm thinking of who has bought Louis Vuitton, I don't know if they have a discount. Maybe. I don't think they would offer one. Doubt it. But yeah, it's still my head in. I'm like, do I go there? Do I go there for research purposes? I don't know. When I literally could buy 2 Hermes lipsticks for the same price and know that the formula is really good. This is the problem. Let alone buy how many bullets of bloody, I'd probably buy a whole range, the whole colour range from Maybelline for the same cost of matte lipsticks. This is the thing. This is, your brain starts expanding. You're like, fuck. So, yeah, I think I saw a YouTube video today where, Jeffree Star, if you didn't know and I'm not going to go into Jeffree Star in its entirety, but he is well known for rocking Louis Vuitton. Anything that comes out from that brand, he's got it. So he did do a YouTube short where he said, of course, I'm buying it all. So I will, of course, probably watch I haven't watched him for a very long time, like years, actually. If he does buy all this, I'd be interested watching his YouTube video to try and see what the product is like and his opinion on it, because it's a big release for a brand that's never released makeup before, and it's a fucking ballsy move to be going, yeah, I'm dropping 55, I'm dropping, 10, lip balms, I'm dropping 8 eyeshadow palettes, I'm dropping a range of accessories to go with this makeup release as well, and guess what? One lipstick is going to cost you 250 plus Australian. It's ballsy, mate. And that's the thing. Who's going to buy it? Who is going to buy it? I'm truly fascinated. Am I going to buy it? I'm not going to buy an eyeshadow palette. I can tell you, hand on heart, right now I won't be buying one of them. Most of the time, luxury beauty eyeshadow palettes are pretty boring. I have one very small limited edition Chanel eyeshadow 5-pan palette. And I think I have a couple of singles as well. I think 3 or 4. Anyway, I like it, but I don't love it. You can buy way better formulas, way cheaper in eyeshadow. This is the thing. I don't think true beauty brands cut the mustard. I am very intrigued to try Hermes, which I haven't yet, but I will one day. Because, like I said, I am impartial to Hermes makeup. I have enjoyed everything I've used from them thus far. But, yeah, I don't know. There's no way in fucking hell that I'm paying close to $400 for a 4-pan eyeshadow palette from Louis Vuitton. It's just, no. It could be the world's best formula. I still wouldn't pay that much for a 4-pan. So that's never going to happen. The lipstick could happen. I don't know. I'm not going to confirm or deny, shall I say? Confirm or deny. Honestly, it could happen. It could happen. So watch your space. Anyway, the other one I had to talk about today because, let's go completely different. Let's go somewhere that you would acknowledge is way more reasonable, right, than Louis Vuitton. Is my best friend. She's not my best friend. Natasha Denona. So if you didn't know, again, she's a makeup artist. She has her own beauty line. To me, she has one of the best eyeshadow formula palettes there is. If I was to quickly look over to my left, I think I've got 10 of them. I really love them a lot. When we're talking about her Hy-Glam range, I think I've got the powder foundation. We can talk about that another day. It's not that good. Concealer, amazing. Highlighter, amazing. Blush, amazing, right? There's multiple things. I have some of her pencils. Not so much. For me, it's the eyeshadow. It always has been, always will be. I think I've got one of her lipsticks and one of her glosses, maybe, thinking off the top of my head. All in all, reasonably priced. It is not Chanel, but it's getting up there, of course. It's not in Australia, the brand itself, so obviously there's the conversion of currency. In Australia, we usually get them a little bit later. I would highly recommend, if you want to, you can purchase directly from her website, being natashadenona.com. I will link it in the description of this podcast for you. They do deliver pretty quickly. They do package their products very well. And for someone who's purchased directly from the website, very happy with the experience. So if you don't want to wait for this particular product I'm about to speak about to release in Australia, buy it from a website. The only problem is this one, it might be a little bit more challenging because I am talking about, and this is all confidence as well in your own abilities, the most exciting product which should have come out a long time ago. The Hy-Glam Hydrating and Blurring Longwear Radiant Serum Foundation. What? That's right. Hy-Glam Hydrating and Blurring Longwear Radiant Serum Foundation. It's been a long time between drinks. I believe it was at the start of the year that she released her powder foundation. Did I get rid of them? Oh, I'll have to have a look. I bought 2 shades. They were close but not close enough. They're all right. They're not, they're nothing to rave on about. I don't really like them. Clearly, I've only used them a couple of times. I'm probably more an actual liquid foundation than a powder foundation girl myself. Her concealer is phenomenal. At the moment, I'm actually using, what am I using? Let me think, Lancome. The new Lancome one, which is fucking good actually. For a long time, I just used her Hy-Glam concealer, which again is actually very good. I think the Lancome's a little bit better. But anyway, we're not talking about concealers today. We're talking about new foundation. And, mate, I've been waiting for this a long time, and now I've been waiting so long, I kind of don't give a fuck. I don't know. I'm really, at the moment, myself very much enjoying I'm very much enjoying the House Labs foundation. The House Labs recently came to Sephora. I know it's been a couple of good months now in Australia, but it's a phenomenal foundation. So if you haven't tried it, highly recommend it. It's just great. It looks beautiful actually. The new, or not new now, but the Anastasia foundation is a cracker as well. I really like it. Dior is another brand in foundations. You can't go wrong. Please bring back the spray. You know they're not going to. Fuck you, Dior. Yeah, you got us all addicted. You spraying a can foundation and then you took it away. Please just bring it back. I'm manifesting this shit. Please bring it back. Got distracted by Dior and their spray. Very much looking forward to seeing what this feels like. Just to break it down for you. Says here in a post on Instagram, powered by Japanese amino acid biomimetic pigments. Don't ask me what that is. Formulated by her, apparently, Natasha Denona, with Korean technology and world-leading Italian chemists. Now, the fact that it says Korean technology, if you didn't know, I pretty much just use Korean skincare. It's fucking phenomenal. I cannot say enough about Korean skincare, so I'm very intrigued to see what this is. States here it's infused with skincare actives for both immediate and long-term benefits. There's 52 shades, good on you, packed with skincare active ingredients, anti-aging, self-setting, really, radiant and blurring, medium buildage coverage, ultra lightweight, creaseless. These are big. Vegan, couldn't care less. Cruelty-free, care about that. Hypoallergenic, care about that. Non-commodogenic, talc-free, bring back the talc. Clinically proven results, hypoallergenic, non-comedogenic, safe for sensitive skin and suitable for all skin types. I love saying that, is it really? Up to 18-hour wear. Who's wearing their foundation past, I know, maybe 10, 12, I don't know, if you're a doctor, maybe, or someone who works in a profession that you're doing fucking long hours. For the person who's doing your average 9 to 5, they're not wearing it, 18 hours. Calm down, Natasha. Yeah, 52 shades, releasing or launching on the 28th, which is not that far away. It says here it's going to be available exclusively, my apologies, on the, that was a hiccup by the way, Sephora app, August 27th, Hy-Glam Foundation. This is in the US, so I'll do the conversion because they don't, they're not going to tell us. So we're looking at $80 approximately in air brackets so 52 in US approximately, 80 approximately in Australian dollars. I would say to you that we'll likely be able to have if you follow any YouTubers, then they'll have links where you can go online and register for like a pre-release or their first release off her direct site, so you can get this in your hot little hands. Highly recommend doing that, because often you can use a discount code. Will save you a bit of pennies. Perhaps that'll just save you the money on the actual delivery of the product. So for me in Australia, you're going to save a little bit of money there, which is great. Yeah, I'm really curious on this one. Like I said, I don't really need a new foundation. I'm very happy, actually, with the Haus Labs foundation. I actually got two. I bought one in a shade that's probably more my summer shade, to be honest. So I bought a lighter shade. I probably could even go lighter again, to be honest. I love the finish and feel and the longevity of the Haus Labs. It has probably now surpassed one of my favourite foundations, which was it still is, the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, which again is a phenomenal foundation. In rotation, I have NARS, I have Haus Labs, I have Chanel, which I haven't used for a long time, but it's more a summer foundation. It's more of a serum. I have Dior Stick. I really would like the Dior foundation, which I've had in the past. What else have I got? The Anastasia one. Which is really nice as well. It has a beautiful finish, but yeah, I'm going to have to try this. It has been a long time between drinks. I didn't try her first one. I think I went to try it, but everyone was like, it was a long time ago. So I'm very curious to see what this is like, knowing that her concealer is a phenomenal concealer. It would be great to just have something again in the arsenal of foundations. But again, I don't need to rush out and buy this, because like I said, I've got two pretty much full Haus Labs foundations to use, let alone I've got the other one, which is, what's the expensive one I've got? Oh, I've also got YSL, by the way, La Prairie, which is most dearest foundation I've ever bought in my entire existence. And probably the most dearest, it is the dearest makeup product I've bought in my entire life. It's beautiful. It's a bit light, unfortunately. Probably need to mix it with something else. But yeah, it's very beautiful. It's more like a serum, to be honest. It's really nice. And I probably need to use that more, to be honest, before it goes off. But yeah, I'm not probably going to rush out and buy this. But I will say to you that very excited that she's finally, praise the God of makeup, that she's finally released a foundation. Yeah, interesting timing. I honestly thought she would have released this at the start of the year, but she released her powder foundation. I'm assuming that, just having a quick sip of my drink, I'm assuming she didn't release this sooner because she wasn't happy with the product. I don't know. I'm not in the game, so I don't know. But there's been a couple of different drops, and I would be really interested to understand why it's taken her this long to release this foundation, because I probably would say to you that a lot of people have been super, super keen to try this because she has such an amazing reputation around her concealer, for example, and it's in that kind of vein. The only thing I watched an interesting YouTube today from Angelica, and I'll tag that in the description for you of this podcast, where she talked about this release, that she did make a good point that on Instagram, a lot of the captions and the discussion around this particular product is that it looks in the images very glowy. And look, I'm all for the glow. I don't mind shine. Being that I'm probably on the neutral to oily side, combination, that's the word I'm looking for, combination to oily skin side, depending on the foundation I use, by the end of the day, if I haven't touched it, it can look oily. It can look shiny. I do have some foundations, they're shiny. The tint, the Chanel water tint, which I actually really like, which is nothing, but I really do enjoy that as a product, and I probably need some more because I don't have any. It just is a light wash. It's it's so beautiful as a serum. It has no coverage really, but it just gives enough, and it's quite expensive, so probably that's why I don't have any. But what am I getting at? If you don't powder it, and that's the type of product that you just quickly chuck on your face as you leave the house, do you know what I mean? To even your skin tone, perhaps, kind of hide a couple of things, but you're not really hiding a lot. It just balances things out. It's shiny. If you don't powder it, and I often don't because I don't mind a bit of shine in that sense, like in regards to if I'm wearing a serum, yeah, your face is going to be shiny. It's not going to last all day. It's very likely at the end of the day, if you're putting any other type of makeup product on it or over it, like eyeshadow as an example, it's probably gone. It's got probably swept away with, your sweat and tears. But I can confidently say to you as a example or a different example against the Chanel water tint, and they're completely different products, may I say. The House Labs foundation, if I put it on in the morning and, I've done all the things and I've powdered and I've put a setting spray on top, I don't have to touch it. It does not go anywhere. It's, like I said, one of the best foundations I've used in my entire life, and I've used a few, all right? I'm 52. So this is the thing, very curious to see, is it going to be like just really like a serum and super shiny and too shiny? Because there is too shiny. If you lean on the combination more oily side, you don't want to look like an oil pot, okay? You don't. Most people don't. I don't mind looking a bit oily and sweaty is probably another term that you'll hear people use where they're like, you look really sweaty and it's really cold. You'd be like, yeah, it's my foundation. Isn't it nice? Yes, I don't mind looking a little dewy. Can I say that? Oily, maybe? Sweaty, mixed sweaty face? No. No one wants a mixed sweaty face. So, yeah, it was an interesting take from Angelica today because she was like, okay, that was weird. I'm glad I checked. Sorry. You're probably like, Amanda, what are you doing? I just realised that I think I was talking about Angelica explaining that it looked very shiny, and I could see that my Audacity recording had dropped out. So lucky I checked it before I continued because I'm like, fuck. If I kept rambling on and then realising that none of it was recording, audio, by the way, yeah, I would have been pissed. So, yeah, I'm interested to know, if you love makeup and beauty like I do, and I really do love it, don't get it twisted. I'm down. I'm down to even spending the cash to try. Do you know what I mean? Am I down to spend $250 on one lipstick? I need to think about this. I would say to you that I won't buy it. It's just there's more important things in my life right now that I need to spend my money on. The one thing that comes to mind is my upcoming trip to Japan. So that should just completely eliminate my mind to think that I can afford to buy this. There's not going to be any fancy smancy deal. Nothing is probably going to sway me right now to buy it. If anyone wants to buy it for me, thank you. I don't think that's going to happen. Unfortunately, I don't have a friend like that who's going to buy a $250 worth lipstick to go, here you go, Amanda, try it. See, because I love you. I wish, but no. Alas, no. The foundation, the Natasha Denona Hy-Glam Foundation can wait. Again, I'm very curious. I'm really keen, super keen actually to try it, but I don't need it right now, so I probably won't buy it right now. I probably will buy it in the future because, like I said, her concealer is an excellent product, so I could only imagine. But I'm very curious to see what all my beauty space YouTubers say and discuss about it because it's going to release this week. So I'm looking forward to the upcoming videos about that and looking forward to any of the YouTubers that I watch in the beauty realm, if any of them, apart from Jeffree Star, because I don't really watch him anymore. Like, not really, I don't watch him anymore and haven't for many years. I'm curious to see if any of them, because there is a couple that are in that luxury space, including Michelle Wong. I don't know if she'll buy the Louis Vuitton or be given the Louis Vuitton. I don't know. My understanding is Louis Vuitton aren't sending PR to anybody because they're Louis Vuitton. They're giving you the giant finger. So, yeah, I don't know. So I'm interested to see if any of those higher luxury end YouTubers buy this product off the bat or actually get given it when, Louis Vuitton, like, we don't do that. And then, like, they suddenly get it in a PR package because that's what they do. Yeah, so, mate, I'm going to wrap it up there. I just had to talk about it. It still blows my mind. And this is the thing. Look, let's keep it real. $250 for a lipstick. $300 and what plus? $360? Did we say $350 for a four-pan eyeshadow palette? Who's buying that? In Australia, who's buying that? Look, people who buy Louis Vuitton bags and all the shit and are rich, they might be just buying it or they might be given it and it means nothing to them. And I agree with some sentiments that I've heard in the last couple of days around this release from Louis Vuitton is that this release of makeup just isn't for makeup people, which is actually disgusting and really very sad because, anyone who really is into makeup, and especially if you're a lipstick lover like me, anytime there's a new release from a luxury brand of a lipstick formula, mate, our hot little hands and our hot little hips, maybe, our hot little lips just want to get on it. They want to touch it. They want to feel it. They want it on their lips. They want to feel it. They just want it, all right, to add it to their collection. And I kind of tend to agree with a couple of people's comments that I'm hearing that this makeup wasn't designed for makeup people, people who love makeup. This was designed for rich fucks who just want another accessory. It's just an accessory, which is very sad if that's their, what's it called? Operation, I don't know. There is a term that comes to mind. I can see it in my mind, but it's not coming out of my mouth. It's not. It's not coming out. Let me just say that if their reasoning behind this release is just to deem it like another accessory, like a bag charm or a pair of sunglasses or a funky necklace, fashion necklace, or a pair of socks, and even though it's dear as fuck, that's how they think of makeup, that really truly is a very sad state of affairs. It really is, because there's a whole subset of us out there who absolutely love and adore makeup, even just diving deeper, people who just collect makeup. And I love collect and use makeup, but there's some people who just collect makeup. Yes, there's a whole plethora of people who just love hearing and then buying and then using new releases, let alone luxury brand released makeup. And if that's their reasoning for releasing this La Beauté Louis Vuitton range just to just be a piece that no one can afford and only rich fucks who have no appreciation about lipstick, colour, formula, feel, design, and that it's got an LV on it, that really is sad. I hope that's not the case. I'm assuming it is, because there's no way in hell that Louis Vuitton is going to have some sort of, like, I don't know, brand sale. They're not going to be like Priceline and have things on half price. That's not going to happen, ever. There might be a shit ton of people, if they're really fucking rich as fuck, who buy a shit ton of the lipsticks and then try and sell it for double the price, which I hope that doesn't happen either. But I just, thinking out loud, could see that happening for some weird reason. There could be also that subset of places, people, companies, China, I'm thinking, that just do rip-offs. And then, there's all that as well. But yeah, it's just an interesting conversation. If you are into makeup and beauty, especially lipstick, as a product like myself, then yeah, tomorrow is an interesting day. I'm really keen to see the YouTube videos that follow in the next couple of days as to who buys these products and who don't, especially the eyeshadow being so ridiculously dear. I mean, the lipstick's ridiculously dear, don't get me twisted. But the eyeshadow palette for £4 is so fucking dear. I'm really interested to see if people who I follow who do luxury, like Michelle Wong as an example, buy this product or happen to get this product somehow in their hot little hands. I don't know. But yeah, because I mean, I know her collection is vast and full of goodies. So, Tom Ford I didn't even mention. I don't know why Tom Ford's expensive as well. But yeah, so many brands that are expensive. But this is not just next level. This is not the penthouse. Louis Vuitton's not the penthouse. Louis Vuitton's the secret underground penthouse that's behind the bookshelf. I don't know. Yeah, I really am super curious to feel this product and to see what it's like. I know myself, what's today? Today is Sunday, like I said. I know I am, just for people who are playing along. Let me just open my phone, by the way, as I talk to you. Now it doesn't want to open. Please hold. I know I'm travelling to Sydney. Today's the 24th, like I mentioned earlier. I am travelling down to Sydney on the 3rd of September, so that's 2 weeks away approximately, or less than. I know there is I don't know if you call it flagship, but there is a reasonably large Louis Vuitton store in George Street. I'm assuming they will sell the beauty makeup products there. We'll do some recon. I am looking at spending some time with one of my girlfriends down there and having some drinks on the 3rd. So I know she's also a bit of a makeup lover like myself, so we will do some recon if it's available in that George Street store. And, mate, I'll do another podcast and I'll let you know how we go. But, yeah, I'm going to leave it there today. I had to talk about it. I had to. Again, if you're a makeup person, it's like, blows your mind. Anyway, thank you. Thank you to those who do listen to my podcast, as always, on a regular basis. I actually really do appreciate it. And like I said, in my podcast released yesterday, which was Cosmonaut, by the way, I have noticed the uplift and it's great. This podcast really does mean a lot to me, so thank you. If you want to contact me anytime, you can contact me via my email address, which is info@thetequilahour.com.au. I have my socials, of course. I'm not a sociable person. But I do use Instagram to basically promote my podcast. So I have the Tequila Hour page and I have my own, which is the_1_Amanda, with corresponding YouTube channels as well. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there today. My husband will come home any second, smashed out an extra bonus podcast. Super proud. Have a great weekend wherever you are. Looking forward. If you do buy it yourself, please let me know. If you buy anything from Louis Vuitton Beauty, La Beauté Louis Vuitton, please tell me. I'm curious. I need to know. If you even buy the Natasha Denona Foundation, let me know. And I'm going to leave it there today. Thank you. Be kind to yourself. Have a great weekend, what's left of it. And I'll catch you next time. See ya. Bye. I just wanna dance.